Hello YouTube, this is Boston Best 0407, and in this video I'm going to discuss privacy, and that particularly the erosion of privacy. And this came up because I saw a video by Davis M.J. Arini where he discussed, the erosion of privacy. And I'm going to make this video in response to that. And it got me thinking because I've been lamenting about the death of privacy for several years now, and it's something I've always felt was pretty disgusting and awful. And it's funny because I really am not a very technologically inclined person. I don't really like technology that much. And it's funny that I'm even on the internet because originally, when I was in high school and stuff, I didn't really bother with it. The only reason I ended up on the internet was because I wanted to try to promote my music, which never worked out. So I ended up just stuck on the internet. And being that, I should have just come out and admit this. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I've actually been diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. I control it. I don't have I don't have it really bad or whatever, but yeah, I have anxiety and things like that, and I have that. I deal with it or whatever, but it's something I have, and so I've stayed on. Like I've stayed on MySpace. I mean, I know most people I know have banned, either they've deleted their pages or they've abandoned them, but I stay on. I stay on MySpace, and I've dated pretty regularly, even though nobody sees it, just because it's out of habit of mine. But I'm on Facebook. I have Facebook. I don't care about these things very much, and really, I regret that I ever bothered with them. But I keep doing them just out of habit. And it's funny because I wouldn't even be doing YouTube videos right now if it hadn't been for all these different things I've been saying. If my band hadn't failed, I wouldn't have started doing YouTube videos. Even though I enjoy YouTube, and I had thought of doing this because I always wanted to be like an ad hoc sociologist or something, right? I wanted to be like a social theorist, and that's why I do I do these videos, and none of them are really that good anyway. But we're gonna move on from there. But I'm just thinking about these different things, and a lot of this relates to how I feel about privacy because now I'm in a situation where they probably know about me, and my solution to this is just to blurt out any stupid things I want. I really don't have anything that I'm really ashamed of or that I would want to hide from people. So I don't feel that way. But my solution, like I said, is just to become more of a public face and just keep blurting out stupid stuff, so I don't have any secrets left that people wouldn't know about. I don't have anything that I'm really particularly ashamed of that I don't want people really to know about me. But all that being said, privacy is basic. It's basic to a functioning free society. It's the most fundamental of all things. But we live in a society, we live in a world where those things don't matter to people. And I wonder to myself, when you think about, say, what Arini was talking about with Mark Zuckerberg and people like that, and I came across a quote from the CEO who said, if you're worrying about your privacy, then you must have something to hide. All of which, of course, misses the point. It's a fundamental thing. It's part of being in a free society. You have privacy. It's the difference between what we have in the West versus what has existed in totalitarian regimes or what has existed throughout the world. Now people are saying, well, privacy isn't really a factor. Where it is a factor. It's fundamental. It's basic. But like people like Mark Zuckerberg, people like that, it makes you wonder how do we let people like this run our institutions? How do we let these kind of people, run things? If they look you directly in the eye and say your worries in this regard don't matter, or that you're really, or implying that you're really a criminal if you even worry about it, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it just shows how you could throw out the Constitution, throw out all these things. As long as the state is going to exist, it's always going to try to acquire as much power as it can, and it's very disturbing that this is happening. But it just shows that I think I'm a pessimist, and I'm even more extreme than most people in that I think I don't I'm different than a lot of people who surf around the internet and watch Arini's videos and things like that because I see much of our problems as defects in the Western character anyway. That we lie to ourselves about the nature of our civilization or the nature of who we are. Much of the problems that we have are the result of this, and a result of a flawed liberal view of human nature, which is just systemic to Western society, and it's something that we all engage in. And if we thought more realistically about people, we wouldn't have these problems. But of course, Irini was saying, it's really about civilized decency. They really, this technology is inevitable, and it's really about civilized decency. Because he was talking about the Google glasses and all these things, and I'm not going to get into that. I have my own views on that, but I think that's a very good point. But really, I think it all gets besides the point. It's really just a part of this, But what am I saying? Who the hell am I? And I really don't want to get into. I want to make this a short video, but that's my view, and I just think I think it's I think there's nothing. Like I said, I think there's nothing you can do. There's obviously nothing you can do about it. But hey, it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's just kind of ironic that we let people look us directly in the eye and say our worries don't matter. And then you think like, think about what democracy means or what the free market means. But like I said, I don't want to get into I don't want to elaborate on my views or whatever. I just think it's kind of ironic, and that's my opinion. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.